Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with us this Thursday morning, June 24th. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself by helping you become financially independent, by teaching you how to currency trade using our super accurate proprietary trading tools and our best in the business one-on-one training. In this session, I focus. We've got over a dozen signals from our tools, but I focus on using two. One of which is something called the 10-point trade, where we're basically trying to get see the lines line up a certain way, and then another toward the top of the hour. It's a little scalp trade, which is called the thick orange line trade. With that, let us get going. We start with a disclosure, so let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
I hate listening to that guy first thing in the morning. He's very pessimistic. Again, the goal here is to help you with one of the analysis so that you can watch me do the analysis and learn from it. The second thing is for you to see how accurate the tools are. We do live trades so that you can see our analysis and then see that the trade closes. I've been trading a little over a couple years. So with that, in addition to this session, we have other sessions a little later today at 10 p.m. Eastern. We have an intro to coaching session. These ones in yellow are activities that light members can attend. These items in green are live trades that regular members can attend. And as you can see, we've got morning trades, we've got evening trades, we've got Sunday trades, we've got Saturday training. So there is quite a bit of sessions, and then we also have other paid sessions where you can go and again basically get trades, copy the trades, and get instruction. With that, I like to trade off of a checklist. This checklist is a little outdated. First thing I want to do is check the green chart and CoinEx are connected. Most of you are using, a good number of you are using the web-based screen charts. I am still using the old computer-based screen charts. And the first thing you always want to do is just make sure that it is connected to the internet and live. If you're using the web-based version, it's automatically live. And we also want to check and make sure that our CoinEx or a trade key is connected. And indeed it is. So we're good on that front. We want to review. It is a good practice to review your trades every day, figure out what you did wrong so you can take corrective actions. If you want to get feedback, it is good to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of the trade or what you're looking at before you take it. And then it's easier for somebody to go back and take a look at and see if your analysis was on key. Tuesday, Tuesday, we only found one trade, and it was a winner. It was a 10-point trade. I think we took it for seven pips, if I recall. Well, here, I've got it written down. 6.5 pips. So we took a 6.5 pip. On Monday evening, we didn't find a trade. So sometimes the best trade you take is the one that you don't. I've been doing it long enough now that I want everything to line up a certain way. If it doesn't, I'm not taking the trade. So you need to get to that point where you have the discipline to say, I don't want to take the trade. It's not about taking trades. It's about taking good trades. So if I don't see a good trade, I'm not taking it. So we did that. We are technical traders, which means we trade on price movement. But another thing that impacts currency is news. So we'd like to know what that news is. So we go to forexfactory.com to check out what's coming up. There are a number of sites like this, but Forex Factory makes it simple to figure things out. They categorize things by yellow folders, which is low impact, orange folders, which is medium impact, and red folders, which are high impact. I do not want to be holding a trade if there is a red news item coming up and the top of the hour in 20 minutes, there's news on the pound coming out. So we will stay away from the pound this morning. I like to be out of the trade at least 2 hours beforehand. Some people have a different window on that, but for me, it's 2 hours. There is some orange news coming up on the U.S. dollar at 8:30. Some traders say if you see two orange items, that equals a red. I don't necessarily follow that rule, but you see there's a bunch of news coming out, low impact items and a couple medium impact items, unemployment claims and final GDP. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and start doing our analysis. The chart that I use, I call this a composite chart that has 6 different currency pairs on it. And they're all on a 1 hour chart. I trade principally off of the 1 hour chart. And off of a 1 hour chart, you can look for a 3 to 30 pip movement. And when I do this, I start with the middle part of the chart, which is the majors and minors. Red and green lines are what we call the major lines. Black and gray are minor lines. I am looking for situations where we are either overbought, which means we're above the blue line, or oversold, which means we are below the blue line. And if we are overbought, I want the lines pointed down. So by having 6 of these charts, I can go through them rather fast and see, do I have a setup that I want? So here, Australian US dollar, I am overbought, but the lines are still going up. So that is no good to me. If I don't see the first part of the signal off of the middle, off of the majors and minors, I don't need to look at the TNTs or the majors and minors. And the reason I want a situation where I'm either overbought or oversold is I want to try to get the run as it moves all the way through the channel here. I do have a strong up here, but we're on the other side, so I don't know how many more pips are left in this. I've got up pressure. I've got an up. I've got I got 3 of the 4 indicators here telling me up, but I don't know how many pips are left. So because of that, I want to try to get something where I have more of a potential to get more pips. So I'm going to stay out of this. Euro dollar overbought, still going up. Pound dollar, we're just reaching the other side of the channel. So we're going to pass US Canadian dollar oversold and going down. US dollar and Swiss franc oversold going down. Dollar yen, where it started to go up, but you can see it's turned around and is coming down, and it's still in the channel. So 6 pairs in 2 minutes, we don't see anything. So let's go to the next pair. And usually, since all of these are US based, it's if one is not going, the likelihood is most of them aren't going. This second chart is non-US pairs. So let's take a look here. Euro pound. We're in the middle of the channel and it's going sideways, so that's no good. Australian dollar yen overbought, still going up. Euro Canadian in the middle of the channel and kind of turned sideways. Australian New Zealand dollar oversold and going down, kind of been going sideways here. Pound yen in the middle of the channel, majors are going up, minors are sideways. So again, nothing. Euro Australian dollar. All right, so this is the kind of the closest thing that we have to a good signal. We are overbought. Majors and minors are going down. Majors are going down. Minors are going down. The red line has crossed over the green line, and the black line has crossed over the gray. So I've got what I can consider 3 points here. We're oversold for 1. All the lines are pointed down for 2. And I've got a crossover on the majors and a crossover on the minors for 3 points. If I have 3 points here, I am going to look at the TNTs, and I want to see how many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here. Now, even though these are going down, to me, this isn't a good down movement. It's still kind of a sideways movement. When I see something like going down or going up, I'd like to see something like this. See how steep these lines are, and there's no doubt that this is going up. And indeed, you saw the big up candle, the big green candle. So it's not as committed or not as steep as I'd like to see. But the 2 orange lines are going up. They're not going down. They haven't turned yet. I need to get at least 3 out of 4 here for it to be a good signal. So the fact that 2 of them are already going up, there's no way I can get 3 out of 4. So I don't really need to look anymore. So even though this is telling me, all right, we're overbought and it should be, this is a good time to sell, I don't have the confirmation here. And one of the keys to being a good trader is to have that high consistency. My consistency is around 80%. And to get that high consistency, I want to make sure all 3 charts are telling me, yeah, it's a good sell. And I don't have that here. So we're going to pass. We're going to go on to our third group. So we've already looked through 12 pairs, haven't seen anything. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought going up. Euro, New Zealand dollar, we're in the middle of the channel and we're more than halfway. If we weren't quite halfway, I might consider it, but we're more than halfway. So again, I don't know how much more of a move I can get, given that we're halfway. Pound New Zealand dollar, we're just getting to the other side of the channel. New Zealand dollar, yen, overbought going up. Gold, US dollar, overbought. Actually, we've got mixed signals here. The majors are going up, minors are going down. With Bitcoin now, you can trade Bitcoin against the dollar. So with Bitcoin, actually, we've got a signal here. We're overbought. Everybody's going down, and it's actually a nice tight cluster, nice steepness to this. So I've got 1 point for being overbought, 2 points for everybody pointing down, and 3 points that I've got a double cross. I got the red on top, and the black on top. And I like this. This is actually kind of a perfect setup for the major minors. Nice and tight lines. Tighter the lines, the stronger the signal. So now I'm going to go up to. Oops, hold on a second. If you're not muted, mute yourself, please. I'm going to go up to the TNTs. The two orange lines are going down. So that's 2 points. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means down. Thick blue is going up. So I've got 3 of the 4 telling me sell. Dotted blue is going down. Usually it's the other way around. The dotted blue is the one that'll be the third indicator, and the thick blue is the last to usually turn. But we've got 3 out of 4 here, which is good. So now to get that third piece of confirmation that I want, I am going to look at the pressure. Pressure is up. This is gapped. It's kind of going sideways, which usually means retracement. Retracement would mean that this candle is going to go back and copy this candle and retrace back to the bottom of this candle. If we were to get that, that's worth what is that? 40 pips. Which I don't know I don't know what the measurement is. I haven't traded Bitcoin yet. But the one thing I don't like here is it is up pressure and green is on top. Now the green line has sloped, but the third rule to get that third point, I either want these lines going down or I want the red line on top. So I don't have that. So even though I've got the majors and minors look great, I don't have the support on my pressure yet. Without the support with my pressure, I'm going to pass on this trade. Now the green, as you can see, there's more slope here on the left side of the line than there is on the right side of the line. The line kinked here, but that's still not enough for me. If the green line were going down, this isn't part of the rule, but if the green line were going down, then maybe I'd think about it. I'd look at like the full chart to decide, but right now that's not enough. So let's keep going. We've looked at quite a few and we haven't gotten anything. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up and I've got the double cross. So I like the steepness on the minors here, going up pretty sharp. Majors are still kind of going a little sideways. So I'm not as crazy about that. But anyways, let's keep looking and see what else we see. When I go up to the TNTs, the 2 orange lines are going down. They're not going up. So they're confirming that the majors aren't as strong as we like to see. And we've got down pressure, but green is about to cross over here, but it hasn't quite yet. So we're going to pass. We don't have, again, we don't have enough. Swiss franc, yen, overbought and going up. Euro, yen, overbought going up. Australian pound or Australian pound, Great Britain pound, Australian dollar. We're in the middle of the channel and there's majors are going sideways, minors are going down. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, we're going, it switched in the channel and it's going up. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, again, confusion in the middle of the channel. So we have looked at 24 pairs in about 10 minutes, and we didn't see a single good trade. So sometimes that happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the second signal, a different signal. This is called the thick orange line signal. And the setup is a little different. I am just looking at what this number is on the thick orange line. For those of you using the new green charts, they've changed this scale. The scale is from 0 to 10. On the old green charts, which I'm using, the scale is 0 to -100. And on my chart, the zero's at the top. On the new green chart, the zero's at the bottom. So I am looking for situations where this is 0 or minus 100. You're looking for situations where this is 0 or 10, or 1 point within 0 or 10, and in my case, within 10 points of 0 or 10. So let's take a look. Again, this is kind of a quick trade, and I want to take it when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour. And this TR up here in the top left corner is time remaining. So there's 9 minutes remaining. So minus 21 isn't 0 or 10. Minus 20, minus 0 or minus 100. Minus 24 isn't 0 or minus 100. Minus 33 is not. Minus 96 is. So on your chart, that's going to be it's going to be like point, what is it, 0.4 maybe. It's going to be under 1. So I've got part A of the signal. Again, it goes back to when I have a signal, I want something that confirms it, that increases the probability that the trade's going to be good. So when this is at 0 or minus 100, this is a scaled number. I don't know exactly how they measure it, but when it gets to be minus 100, it is telling us, hey, we don't believe there's any more down in the movement. The down part of the movement's maxed out. So if the down part of the movement's maxed up, that's a good time for a buy. But I want confirmation. So the confirmation I am going to get is I'm going to go down and look at my majors and minors, and I want to see all 4 lines going down below the oversold, well below the oversold, and going down. And I have that. So I've got part 1 and part 2. If I see part 1 and part 2, this is a very simple trade. It's worth 5 pips. We're going to have a 5 pip trade take profit, and a 20 pip, a 4-to-1 stop loss. This trade is good 90% of the time, and especially as we're entering into the morning time of both of these currencies, where there's good volume, we'll get this. We still are I want to wait about 4 more minutes till we're a little closer to the top of the hour. But this U.S. Canadian, we're going to take this trade in just a couple minutes. Let's see if we have any more. But we will come back to this guy. U.S. Swiss franc minus 63 isn't close enough. U.S. yen minus 85 isn't close enough. Minus 46 isn't close enough. Australian dollar yen 0. Yes. So I have got part 1. But when I look at my majors and minors, they're just hitting the green, the overbought line, but they're not well above it. I want it as we're seeing over here on the U.S. Canadian. The lines are way below the red line. So what's going to happen is it's a little bit like in the last rubber band. We're pulling it tight, and at the top of the hour, we're going to let it go, and we're going to get a little snap back. When these lines aren't way above, there's less likelihood that we're going to get the snap back. So I'm going to pass. Minus 26, no. Minus 85, no. Minus 12, no. Minus 46, no. 0, yes. And holy smokes, these lines are way above. So the Canadian Japanese yen, and that is going to be a sell. I'm just writing it down here. What was the first one that we had? U.S. Canadian dollar, USD. So both of these are tied to the Canadian dollar. I want to see if I can find one other besides. I don't like to pool all all of my pool. Oops. Where were we here? Wow. This has been up here for like 3 hours. Let's see what else we got real quick, and then I'll decide what I want to do. Euro, New Zealand, minus 40, no. Pound, New Zealand, minus 50, no. New Zealand, yen, 0, part 1, and all the lines are above. So, so that would be a sell, New Zealand, yen. Since I'd like to kind of diversify my trades, I don't want to have everything in the same with the same pairs. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and take that U.S. Canadian trade, minus 96, which is within 10 of minus 100. In your case, it's going to be between 0 and 1. And all of these lines down here. So we're going to go ahead and take a buy trade for 5 pips. So let's open up our CoinEx or turnkey. I am going to find the pair US Canadian, which I already have down here. I am going to click new order. If I didn't have it, I'd go to file, new chart, and then just find the USD CAD and open it up. And then I'm going to go to new order, which is on the second row. This account has 10,000. It's a demo account, 10,900. So I am going to use a lot size. I'm going to move the decimal over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a 1.09. So I'm going to use 1.1. 1.1. I'm not going to worry about my stop loss or take profit yet. I just want to get the trade in. So I'm going to do market buy. So it records the trade. When it records the trade, it shows up underneath. If I click anywhere along the line, it highlights it in blue. And if I right click, it pops up this menu. I'm going to go to modify or delete order. And then I am going to add in my stop loss and take profit. And I can put in, it will do the math for me. So if I say 50 points is 5 pips. Press the little blue button here, and it does the math and puts it in for me. And I'm going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. So 4 times 50 is 200, which is 200 points is 20 pips. Right click the little red button, so it does the math. And the only other thing I like to double check is I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So if I get in at 22.88, if I add 5 to the 88, I'm going to go to 93. So I'm going to adjust this to 93.7. So 22.88 to 22.93. Then click modify. So it has put the number in there for me. And then we also saw, let's go back. New Zealand yen. New Zealand yen, I'm at 0. All 4 lines are well above, so I'm going to take a 5 pip sell. We've got 46 seconds left, so let's try to get this in quick. New Zealand yen, let's see if he's up here. New Zealand yen, no, he's not up here. So let's add him, file, new chart. Not in that first group, not in this second group. New Zealand yen right here. New order. My volume is going to be the same. It is a sell. Was it a sell? just double check. Yeah, it was a sell. So market sell. I've got them in. Now I'm going to go back, click, highlight, right click, go to modify. It remembers what I did last time, so I'm just going to click the blue and click the red so it calculates the numbers, and I'm just going to make sure I get my 5. So if I'm doing a sell, I'm going to go from 0.27 to 0.22. So I'm just going to modify this, 0.225. Okay. So we took 2 trades. Now, some traders on this trade like to go back and check that when the hour changes, and now we're on a new hour, there's 59 minutes left. They want to see that this number, the thick orange line number, moves by more than 10. In our case, the top of the hour, we're at 96. It moved by almost 40, 45. So that's a good trade. And then if we go and look at the other one, it's at minus 44 now. We were at 0, so it moved by 40. We wanted to move by at least 10, and it did. So we're in a good position. And just looking back at the trade, one of them already closed. So that U.S. Canadian closed while we were online. And the other one is kind of on its way to closing. All right, so we took, just to recap what we did today, we first tried to find a 10-point trade. We went through 24 pairs, didn't see a good setup. Then at the top of the hour, we used a thick orange line trade. We saw 3 candidates and took 2 of the trades. One is already closed. The reason I didn't take all 3 was because 2 of them had the yen involved. So I wanted to take trades where we had the yen wasn't involved in 2 of the pairs. So we took 2 of the trades, one with the yen, and then the other one didn't have the yen. So, okay, great. Thanks for being here today. Let's see if there's any questions. And it looks like there is. Hold on a second. For the web-based chart, it needs to move 1. So the question is, how much does it need to move on the web-based chart? It needs to move at least 1 point. 1 point. Just move the decimal place over 1. So if it's 10 points on the old on the chart I'm using, it's 1 point on your chart. Why not the yen? Well, we were taking 1 trade with the yen, and if I had 2 trades that had the yen in it, then basically the yen is going to be driving the trade. So basically, it's like I'm doubling the lot size with the yen. So by having something where 1 trade has the yen in it and another doesn't, I'm not like overloading my risk with the yen. So if the yen doesn't do what I want it to do, it's going to basically impact both of those trades. So that's why I had the yen in 1 trade and not in the other trade. Okay, so we've got everything. Thanks so much for being here this morning, and we will see you Monday evening. Again, if you need anything, we are here to help. If you are not already trying our 30-day trial, go to www.forexsmarttrade.com/register. Try our 30-day trial. We'll get you set up with the indicators and tools and start showing you how to use them. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.